Morning, everybody. Hello, great to see you here. Come all the way from Auckland, New Zealand to show Japan what we've been up to for the last 6 months. Lots of great fans here. We know in Japan we've got a strong community. I'm sure there's a few of you out there that participate in our channels. I want to get into a bit of a presentation and then hopefully we're going to do a live demo, which is kind of against the rules for anyone presenting on a conference, but we want to give a go of showing how blockchain apps can really work in the real world. So in case you didn't know who Centrality was, we're a blockchain venture studio. We're based in Auckland, New Zealand. And in 5 locations around the world. We've got 100 or so engineers working in our team and around 250 working on projects in our ecosystem. We did an ICO earlier this year, so we're not looking for any money. We're not here to shill a token. We're here to talk about what blockchain can really do for people. I've always been a great believer that technology has the power to make our lives infinitely better. Ever since I've been interested in technology, I've kind of seen the internet as a means to create openness in society, create equality in society, to give us all a better chance to participate in this global economy. But I think we might all agree that recently technology has probably taken a track which is going down a path which could lead to the opposite of those goals being achieved. We're seeing concentration of power, concentration of wealth, concentration of influence into a small number of companies. And that's not good for any of us. And we're seeing the effects of some of that concentration happening around the geopolitical space at the moment. I think if we keep going down that path, it's going to be not a really pretty world to live in. But everyone here, right, believes in blockchain. There's a revolution on the way. We're going to decentralize the world. We're going to take some of the power back. We're going to take personal ownership of our information and our property. This is the kind of world we all believe in, and we kind of wake up in the morning and check our candlesticks and our line graphs and hope that decentralization is happening. But there's a bit of a problem with this revolution. Adoption's super low. So if we look at the world's population, the number of people in the world who are interacting with blockchains is very low. The use cases that they're interacting with are very basic, and the networks and the infrastructure and the protocols aren't really well engineered to get the mass market on board. If we all believe in decentralization, and this is the thing that's going to change the world, that can only happen if we get mass consumer adoption, if we get lots of people coming and building inside of decentralized systems in a way that users don't even have to think about it. You don't go to the App Store today and look at an app and think, which cloud infrastructure provider is this app sitting on? You know, you just download it and use it. So applications in the blockchain space have to be that thoughtless for individual users if we really want to decentralize the world. There's another problem as well. Actually, if we're trying and grow this new ecosystem, it's actually very hard to overcome the incumbents. There are lots of things besides technology which stop apps getting to market and growing and scaling and getting lots of users. And if you look at statistics, the vast majority of applications never succeed past 90 days. So we're creating this new world. We want to get decentralization happening. We build new protocols and imagine those protocols work. They don't yet, but they will in the future. We've still got a problem of laziness, of apathy, of consumers not really having a great reason to change. And so we have to beat this problem as well. That's why we built Centrality, because we wanted to make applications real for users. We wanted to make the experience better than they have today, and we wanted to do that in a way that meant applications could collaborate together to scale. Scaling isn't just about fast transactions per second. We're going to solve that. That's not going to be an issue. Scaling's about how do applications operate in the real world. How do consumers really interact with them? How can we get lots of content and merchants and services into applications so they're rich and consumers can get benefit from them? So, how are we doing that? We've got three main bits to our ecosystem. The first bit, and probably the most important, is Plug. Plug's a new architecture for building interconnected blockchains. Plug imagines that we actually live in the real world. We don't live in this perfect blockchain utopia. Applications have to talk to outside systems. They have to be friendly for users to use. Developers have to be able to build and deploy and upgrade applications in a way that doesn't mean they have to wait for the rest of the ecosystem to agree on the consensus of what those features should be. So Plug gives us a foundation for building blockchain applications that consumers can really use. Then we have Centrality. Centrality is the App Store framework. So it's a way for developers to build applications fast, without doing lots of the hard work themselves, and in a way that they can connect with each other. The next Uber isn't going to beat Uber by competing directly with Uber. The next Uber is going to beat them because they can take the power that blockchain gives us for collaborative, decentralized ecosystems and have 1,000 apps working together to beat Uber. That's the power that blockchains can bring to change the world. And then we have Blockhouse. If we're going to beat the Valley at their own game, we have to have a different kind of funding mechanism. We can't just kind of be crazy about ICOs and throw caution to the wind and not think about regulation, because those businesses will get shut down. What we need to do is have a system that takes the best of the ICO world, the best of the regulated world, brings those together and brings great projects to market and funds them. So what do we end up? We end up with a stack that looks something like this. Plug at the bottom. In the middle, a bunch of core services that every app will probably use. So imagine you're a developer building an app in the iOS framework and you want payments to be in your application. You wouldn't go and build a whole payments infrastructure if that wasn't the core of your application. You'd pick up Apple Pay or one of the other SDKs out there, Braintree, and you'd implement in their app. So CentraPay does that for our developers. Likewise, if you were building an app and you wanted messaging in that application and you weren't a messaging app, you'd probably just pick up the iMessage SDK. Sylo does that. So developers can pick up these components, use them to build their applications, get them to market quickly with all the heavy lifting done. So, without further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore about how blockchain should fix the problems of the world. You've seen PowerPoints and PowerPoints probably for Africa. I'm going to show you guys. So bear with me, I'm just going to do a little bit of setup, and we're going to show how applications and centrality work and how they can cooperate together to grow decentralization for consumers. Okay, so up here on your left, we've got the Plug Blockchain Explorer. We've set up a blockchain which is running the applications that this demo is working on. And you can see here that we're in state 13, and as we start to do stuff, the state will increment as things are written to the train. It's a pretty cool explorer. We've tried to make things friendly for consumers to understand. You can read in natural language what's happening in those particular blocks or states. You can drill down on transactions, and everything feels natural for a non-blockchain person to understand. First thing I'm going to do is to create a profile. So in the world of the current internet, you create logins to websites. They own your data. They capture the value from that, they monetize that. In our world, we want consumers to own that stuff. So I'm going to go through and create an ID in SingleSource. SingleSource is like a passport to the Centrality ecosystem. It's kind of a mobile version of MetaMask. So, I'm in, I've created an account. I'm anonymous. So just like you would create an account in MetaMask, you can do this in SingleSource, and you can start to interact with the ecosystem. That's kind of like phase one. In this case, I want to be a little bit more known. I want to be a little bit more validated. So I'm going to go through and validate my identity. So I'm going to go in here and do a few things. Please bear with me as I set this up. Okay, so what we did there is a couple of things. We verified that I was a real human being because it's tracking my eyes and it's watching for my responses to the cues on the screen. And now we're going to go and match that to my passport. I look a lot younger than I am. So this is actually going now back to SingleSource's API and doing a few things, checking my PEP status, pulling stuff from my ID, putting it into my profile, validating those things on the chain. So now I've got a verified identity in the ecosystem. You can see that now on my phone. It's scored me. I'm a low risk. FSA, see that now? All good? And those attributes from my passport are now in here. So now we're going to get into the interesting bit. Once you're in the ecosystem, you can start to use that passport to move between applications. So I'm going to bring on the next and probably one of our most exciting applications here, Sylo. So I'll log in now. You can see I've got a couple of options. I can create an independent account, or I can log in using my SingleSource ID that I just created. So we're logging in now. Sylo's asking for permission to use some attributes from my profile, granting them access now. And hey presto, I'm in there. It's remembered some stuff that I've done before. My account's on this device now, and I can start to interact with it. If we go back to SingleSource, we can see that Sylo's now an authorized application. So there's a smart contract that has joined my ID together, and now it's authorized. I can revoke that at any time if I like, and Sylo will lose access to that information. So back into Sylo. Now, this is a messaging app, so we've got to chat with people, right? I can't do this by myself. I'm going to actually invite someone on stage to come and help me do the demo. Ben, are you out there? Ben? Ben? No, not there? Let's give him a message. Spelling. It always happens when people are watching. So Ben's around. We'll invite him on stage now. Welcome, Ben. Ben Jordan from Sylo.
Thanks, Aaron. Hello, JBC. Konnichiwa. My name's Ben from Sylo. We've been working with Aaron and Centrality and some of the other companies within the group for a while now. And we're really excited to be able to show you what we've done, the projects we've been working on, and how they come together within Sylo. So as Aaron said, rather than telling you how everything's happening, we're just going to show you. So I need to steal back the screen so that it's myself and not Aaron. Fantastic. So here we have Sylo. This is my account as opposed to Aaron's now. Now Sylo is a completely decentralized communication application. You can think of it kind of like Line or WeChat, except fully decentralized. And it brings together a number of components. So we have a crypto wallet, we have confidential decentralized communication, and we also have a marketplace of applications. Over here we have my profile. Now, as you can see, there's a SingleSource verification tick to the left of my picture there. Now, what that means is that I am SingleSource verified. I can be trusted by other parties as I'm communicating within the Sylo application. And it also gives me a single identity so that I can do all the things I want to do with all of the different functionalities exposed to me within Sylo without having to create new accounts.
And verified profiles can be used for people, for Internet of Things devices, for businesses. So you can start to do some quite rich communications related commercial or commerce experiences inside of Sylo. Not just chatting or kind of transferring value, but participating in real processes that business wants you to in a verified way.
And here we have my contact list. So this is all decentralized. We store groups on the blockchain because they require consensus, confidentially, of course. Now, Sylo is a fully fledged messaging application, so we can share files, we can message, we can even call. And as you can see here we have a chat stream from some of the team at Sylo. You can store files in our decentralized storage, which will be fueled by the Sylo token post our TGE.
And you can think of Sylo storage like Filecoin. So it's built into the Sylo ecosystem. You can store documents, images, videos, whatever you like, and keep them in that decentralized storage right within your Sylo profile.
Exactly. And we also have a Sylo wallet. So as you can see, I have 3,010 Sylos in my Sylo wallet today. I have no transactions yet, but we will demo that shortly, and I have a range of other assets in my Sylo wallet.
Go Sens!
I think we should probably try payment.
Yeah, I like money. Do you want to give me some?
No, you can give me some, or I'll give you some. How should we do it?
So I'm going to make a request to Ben. I'm going to ask for some money, well, for some Sylos. And this is as simple as just typing a little message, pops up in Ben's feed here, and he can agree to pay me.
So Aaron has requested 100 Sylos, and as easy as this, I'm going to send him those Sylos.
Now, those of you who are used to using wallets in the crypto space, they're probably generally quite a bit clunkier than this. So this is an important thing, to be able to make these things easy and intuitive for consumers. Unless we're doing that, we're not going to decentralize the world. Yay, I'm rich.
And I'm poor. So if we go back here, I can see that transaction has left my wallet and gone in Aaron's direction.
And you can see along here the state's incrementing as we're doing this stuff. So pushing the blocks along, being validated, completing the transaction. So this is all happening in real time.
Fantastic. Yay, the transaction worked. And then here we have our sticker marketplace. So Sylo has implemented a sticker marketplace as one of our first connected applications. So what this is an example of how other developers and other dApps can build within our front-end framework connected to, obviously, Plug and all of the other applications that we have in the ecosystem.
You can think of this sticker marketplace kind of like CryptoKitties. So developers can come and create unique, rare, unfungible, tokenized stickers that they can sell into the marketplace, trade with other people, and all using the Sylo framework.
And we'll be releasing a range of rare stickers in the future, so keep your eye out.
Especially for those who invest in the ICO. Cool. So we've got through kind of some of the main features of Sylo here. We're going to go through and do a demo of another connected application.
Should we try a call?
Yeah, okay.
On stage, why not?
Yeah, why not? I'll give you a call. Gosh, this is risky. The world's first fully decentralized peer-to-peer video call. Cool. Hey, Ben. How's it going? I'm going to flip around so that everyone else can get a chance to be part of this. Say hi, everybody. Hello to the world. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Okay.
One more thing to show.
One more thing to show. Okay, so we mentioned before that increasing adoption of blockchain applications, it's important that users can interact with the real world. So if I'm a user and I want to go and buy something and I turn up at a merchant, we want to make it easy for those merchants to transact with us, right? We don't want to have to change all their systems, put new iPads on their point of sale, have something that isn't connected to their CRM. We just want it to flow normally. So we've built CentraPay to help achieve that. CentraPay's got an agreement with one of the world's largest terminal manufacturers to start deploying blockchain-enabled payments directly into point of sale. So we're going to show a little bit of how that works right now.
So I'm back in the Sylo wallet, and we can see the Centrapay logo in the middle there. So when I launch the Centrapay application, it's a completely independent application that launches within the context of Sylo.
And that's a really cool thing. So once you're inside one of the applications in Centrality, we can easily expose you to all sorts of other applications without you having to visit the App Store again and download again and set up a profile again and set up a wallet again. We can start to have these frictionless consumer experiences between applications.
And I'm going to enable Centrapay now.
So
and I'm in.
Ben's in Centrapay. He's going to go and set up an actual payment using our point of sale terminal.
Yeah, so we have a point of sale terminal here. This might be in a merchant that's associated with the Centrality ecosystem. And I'm just going to put through a transaction for, let's say, $20.
So imagine you go to a merchant, they've got the Centrapay logo on there, you know you can rock up and just start using your wallet to make payments straight away. So we've got this queued up now. You can see the Centrapay logo there. The merchant would hit that to enable the Centrapay process. It's going to acquire a QR code for the transaction. And away you go. Papa John's Pizza is getting some Bitcoin business again. So we've got a transaction going through here. Ben confirms it, accesses wallet. It's going to make the state change on the network, and we're done.
And we can see that transaction in the wallet as well.
Yeah, so all done, completely seamless for the user, completely seamless for the merchant. So hopefully you've seen a little bit now about how applications can really work in a decentralized world and how we need to focus on bringing everyday consumers into that world in a way that's familiar and easy to use. I don't know about you, but it's pretty hot under here in the lights, so I've been doing a bit of a workout. I'm going to hook up here to one of our other applications. Amy's powered by Ada. Ada's a artificial intelligence sports performing coach built into a mobile application and powered by a token economics reward system. You can find them out there over near the Centrality stand. I've done a good job today, I hope. I'm definitely sweating a bit. Live demo's a bit nerve-wracking. So I'm going to go and complete my workout there, and I've been given 88 ADAs showing up in my wallet. So thanks guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you can now see that blockchain's making some steps towards mass adoption. Centrality's team's right over here. You can go and meet the team, sign up for some of the TGEs that are coming out now, particularly Sylo and SingleSource and ADA, and get into their products before they hit the mass market. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.